Welcome to The Explainer. Right now, a scandal is absolutely shaking Britain to its core. And today, we're going to dig into how the Jeffrey Epstein files have kicked off a political earthquake in the UK, one that's pushing the government to the very edge. While the latest release of the Epstein files made some waves in the US, across the Atlantic, it created a full-blown political tsunami. In the UK, these revelations aren't just a story. They're a shockwave that's threatening to bring down the entire government. So that begs the question, right? The really crucial question that gets to the heart of this whole mess. Why has the fallout been so uniquely catastrophic for the British political establishment? Well, the answer doesn't have to do with royalty, but with a political figure famously known as the Prince of Darkness. His long, very controversial career has just hit an explosive finale. And believe me, it's a story that goes back decades. Okay, so let's introduce our central figure here, Peter Mandelson. If you follow British politics, you know the name. He's a legendary strategist, a guy who's been at the very center of power for a very long time. Mandelson earned that nickname for a really good reason. His political history isn't just colorful. It's as turbulent and remarkable as they come, defined by incredible highs and some truly spectacular falls from grace. They call him the Prince of Darkness, and that name just perfectly captures his reputation as a brilliant but famously ruthless political operator, a true master of the political dark arts. And look, this pattern of scandal, it's nothing new for him. His career is practically defined by resignations that forced him out of government not once, but twice. First back in '98 over a secret home loan, and then again in 2001, accused of trading passports for favors. So yeah, let's just dive right into that, because this is the question at the absolute heart of the Prime Minister's crisis right now. It's a decision that's been called foreseeably wrong, and honestly, it's a question that's screaming for an answer. But here's the thing. These new revelations have turned what was a political scandal into a potential criminal case. I mean, these latest allegations make his previous scandals look almost quaint by comparison. The police have now launched a full criminal investigation into 3 key allegations. 1, that he leaked sensitive government info to Epstein. 2, that he specifically tipped Epstein off about market-moving government policy. And 3, that he got paid for it. The whole thing just carries the acrid whiff of selling government secrets. And yeah, that number you're seeing, at least $75,000 in payments, it adds a really clear layer of financial motive to these already incredibly serious accusations of leaking state secrets. So you can see how this isn't just Peter Mandelson's problem anymore. Oh no, this has completely spiraled into a full-blown, potentially career-ending crisis for the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer. Starmer's own judgment is now under intense fire, especially after he admitted in Parliament to a crucial and pretty damning fact. He knew about Mandelson's friendship with Epstein before he handed him one of the most important diplomatic jobs in the country. In what was a stunning, almost desperate reversal, the Prime Minister publicly threw the very man he just appointed under the bus, claiming Mandelson had betrayed our country and lied over and over again to his team. And that sense of betrayal, it's felt deeply inside the Prime Minister's own party. His health secretary, Wes Streeting, a guy who was personally mentored by Mandelson, spoke about how bitterly that betrayal feels for people who feel so personally let down. You can just imagine the impact inside the government. It was immediate. According to one member of Parliament, when Starmer made that admission in Parliament, they said you could feel the atmosphere change. It was dark, just a chill in the air. So what this scandal has done is expose a perceived weakness right at the very top. The Prime Minister's critics, even inside his own party, are now accusing him of lacking a real political core, which they say makes him easy to manipulate into making a disastrous appointment like this one. And this crisis, it's building into something much bigger now. And frankly, a more worrying national story that goes way beyond the halls of Westminster. For a lot of voters just watching this all unfold, this isn't about one politician or one bad call. Nope. It's confirmation of their worst fears, that the rot in the British establishment runs deep and that the elite are corrupt and just totally out of touch. And all of this widespread public anger, it plays directly into the hands of hard-right populists who are just waiting in the wings. I'm talking about figures like Nigel Farage, whose Reform Party has already been leading in the polls. They thrive on exactly this kind of establishment scandal. Look, Epstein's web was vast. It entangled this whole elite network of powerful people all over the world. We've seen names dropped in the US from business and tech, but it's in Britain where that web has led directly to the heart of government, and it's causing the most severe political damage by far. Which really leaves us with one final, pretty unsettling thought to chew on. When the secrets of just one man, a man who'd already been disgraced twice, remember, can shake an entire nation to its core, it really forces you to ask, just how stable is the government itself?